kana vachitaura kumwa mvura wasu vasaoma mahwi kana vavhunduka nono. Kariboka. Where's up about video?
The days of your life. The people.
All right, here we are one more time live with you, Maponga J, broadcasting from Johannesburg. Oh, I almost said Johannesburg. Today we're in Harare, broadcasting live from Harare here. Tisu wana maponga wana vudzi jena chigarambo garamashamba huda chirana wana vanji makuma mwana musende weshana wana chiramba kusesera mtamburi paro ware wida miti ya soswa matanga kugara vachirwe mangura na mapfuri wayo sibuye zvitenza zvinobigwa nevana mangu vari pedo vanotamba nazo mbire wida miti ya sose. We're excited again one more time to be welcoming you here on our beautiful and wonderful space, which we call Before and After. Before and After. What a time to be alive. And thank you very much for giving us access into your spaces. We are excited to host you here, sharing with you the beautiful African stories, sharing with you the wonderful times when others are picking up their bags and they're running away from Africa. Here we are, back on the mainland, making the best of every available opportunity, turning and changing our own lifestyle and making the best of what we can with the little that we have. Yes, if a son will burn their father's house, their reward and inheritance will be ashes. And what a time, what a time. Hizongoro. Welcome one, welcome all, and we welcome you again one more time to this beautiful and wonderful show that we have lined up for you today, picking up the beautiful and those inspirational stories that we find on the face of Africa. But for a start, we are beaming from Zimbabwe, and that's the reason actually some people were still asking me what the hell am I doing in Zimbabwe? Why did I leave South Africa? Why did I come back home to my mainland? The answer is very simple, very simple. I came back home. Back home to my motherland so that I can not just be a talker on the network, but also become a doer. And then they started saying stories, you're here because of this and that. Well, I'm not here because of this and that. I just came back home to build up a media house, build up a studio, and so that I can report on the positive things that are happening in the country. And as we are going along, we're going to begin to attract people who will be advertising here on our show and wherever you're on the face of Africa. If you believe in the farmers of thought, before and after, Maponga J brand that we are building around, and you want your product to be advertised here, our marketing team very soon is going to be putting together a wonderful bouquet of advertising spaces and costs for those things, and you can come and support our business. We want to build this from a social network platform and then grow it into a proper media house, which will include TV and radio and etc. So yes, that's why I came back home here. I want to build my own media house. Yes, build my own media house. It's me sitting here today because I'm starting, but I believe a few years from now, you should be seeing other beautiful, wonderful young people who will be doing exactly what I'm doing. And I'll still be anchoring here and there, doing what I love best, and that is talking and sharing and building African stories. Imagine some of these nights when people are sitting around with me sharing African stories, beautiful old stories. And I think those are sunset days of my life as I've become an old man, and I'll be whiling my days away, sharing the old beautiful stories that my grandmother used to tell me, etc. Yeah, so I'm preparing for retirement. That's why I came back home. Of course, I'm preparing for retirement. But hey, don't let me get carried away talking my own stories. We're here with two wonderful, wonderful ladies, and thank you, Mabena, for arranging this very interesting and interview that we're going to be having this afternoon. We have young people in the country who have decided to turn their own story and champion the destiny of their own lives. When many people are looking for employment, here are others who are creating employment. So our conversation for this afternoon is entitled, digital businesses in the Zimbabwean space. And if you are there in Harare, beautiful. You're in Gweru, well done. You're in Johannesburg, you're in New York City, you're in London, you're in Berlin, you are wherever you are. And if you have relatives that are in Zimbabwe, here is an opportunity that you can use this business to actually share with you and extend your hospitality to your own parents. What do you call this business? Madyo. Isn't that also? Madyo. Now, these young people will be telling us all about their business. Let them not burst their bubble, but we should just sing a small little advert here to give you a rough idea exactly as to what are they doing. All right, there we go. There we go. And I think the microphone is on you, ladies. Tell us who you are and where you're coming from.
Thank you so much for having us. My name is Lisa Gutu, and I am head of media productions and content creations at Mara-Rah.
All right, wonderful. And the lady next to you?
Okay, I am Rumbiza Ishembidiri. I do finance and admin at Mara-Rah, the W.
The W. Take us quickly through your business. What is your business all about?
So Mara-Rah is an online grocery store. So we specialize in delivery. We have various categories that we have. We have what we call mixed, what we have hampers. And in those hampers, we have what we call katsaona. We have zinara and hombodo. And we also have Mara-Rah round, where a group of 10 women or 10 men, 10 groups of people can come and they pay $50 each a month. And then at the end of every 6 months, they actually get to share just a couple of groceries. Yes, I think I'll leave some for Rumbi to say.
Take us through Rumbi.
Okay, so if you visit our website, you will see more regarding what Lisa was saying. So besides those pre-packed hampers that we have on our website, we also do customized hampers where you actually give us a list of products that you want, specific brands, and we quote you, and we also do deliveries. By the way, we deliver nationwide in major cities in Zimbabwe. So it's not only restricted to Harare, but also in major cities and towns in Zimbabwe. And by the way, we also have a shop in town in the CBD. That's 14 Julius Way, in Mufaro Mall, where you can actually go and you do your shopping there, and you're good to go.
So the business model you're using, how is your business related to the internet? Basically, how are you functioning and how are you running?
Okay.
A typical order, just give me a typical order and how does it work? Just the flow of work.
Okay, so first we have the website, www.mararah.com.
Speak into the microphone, yeah?
All right, so we have our website where you can visit our website and then you get to see all the categories that we have. And then we have our WhatsApp chatbot. It's called Tandiwe Mara-Rah. So you just get the number. It's actually showing on the screen. And then whatever question that you have, she answers you. And then you get all the things that you want. Either you want to get groceries, you want to ask about the round, you want to ask about the hampers that you would want. So she literally has all the answers that you'd want.
Okay. And you on the finance side, how long does this process take I'm in London. and I want to buy my mother a grocer who is in Chiredzi or who is in Bulawayo or who is in Harare. And from the time that I punch my button, swipe my card from London, to the time you receive the money here in your bank machine and etc., and packing your stuff and delivering, I just have to look at the life cycle. How long does that process take from the time I punched my money and it's in your account to the time the groceries are in my mother's house?
Okay. So by the time you punch your money, you just send a screenshot of the proof of payment, and then we start processing your order. So usually it takes about 24 hours. The delivery should be done by then.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. And who are your suppliers for your agricultural goods?
We have Nestle, we have for agricultural goods, we have Red Seal. Yes, we have
National Foods.
Yes.
We actually take from the major suppliers here.
Major suppliers.
Yes.
So for the agriculture, like fresh products, like vegetables, tomatoes, onions, and other things, you have other small local suppliers that are coming through to you?
Yes, we do.
We usually also go to Mbari as well to support the farmers also that bring fresh
The
vegetables.
local farmers?
Yes, local
For the
farmers.
fresh
Yes,
vegetables and
yes,
everything
yes.
else.
Yes.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, here you can hear for yourself quite an interesting. And how old is this business?
We registered the company in 2004.
2004.
Yes, that was way back. But then we couldn't start operations from there. So when COVID struck, we found it an opportunity for us to just do deliveries.
Yes, because people would no longer go to the shops.
Exactly.
So you guys actually, when others were crying of a problem, you guys were
we found the
essential
solution.
services.
Exactly. So we would go and purchase the goods, and then we would just go and deliver them, the packages, to the various places. So we then said, why not open a shop where people can just come and buy the groceries from there. So, but then because we had created a database and the customers, we said we will still pursue the online store. At the same time, we opened a shop in the CBD. That's the Nyerere shop we have.
So how many trucks roughly do you have now, or you contract other drivers if you get an order and you want? Since you're doing almost like in all the major cities, how big is your fleet now?
We have about 3 trucks now. We have got 2 15-ton trucks and a small one, about 2 ton. So we've got three trucks, but we are still hoping to have more, because sometimes we have to collect an order which is requiring a 30-ton truck. So sometimes we contract other.
Some people buy like for when they have functions like funerals or weddings and stuff like that.
Yes.
And they want to support their families from somewhere else, and they give you the order.
Yes.
And you deliver for those weddings and funerals and other things.
Yes, and even companies, they actually for hampers or for groceries. Yes, so we actually
NGOs also maybe want to support food security issues and stuff like that.
exactly.
Wow. Do you see your business going down, or it's picking up slowly?
It is picking up. Where we started and where we are at right now.
You don't have to be selling your intellectual rights.
No, we're not. We're not even doing that. But I tell you, we're going big. And by God's grace, we are hoping to get big.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. And any other businesses, your competitors in the same space? How's the competition out there? Is it a crowded space, or you are still very few people that are working in that space?
It is competitive, because right now, like, a lot of people are doing groceries. In downtown, there's where they call Kumatak shop. And that's the biggest competitor that we have. We have to match the price. We have to match, because they'll just say, what's the price for this? And then if you tell them a higher price, they'll just say, I'll just go to town.
But I was talking in the cyberspace, the kind of model that you have come up with, where people are paying. I'm looking at the, not only the local market, but also the international community. Do you have lots of competition out there, businesses that are modeled like yours, which are actually playing into that space also?
I think I would say at this moment we may be at par, because I think this online shopping and stuff was really more international. We used to know of what was this? It's Yahoo. We just wouldn't know it internationally.
Google, Amazon,
Amazon and stuff. But now we have more now in our country. So I think the the competition is all right with all of these. I think the chicken inns are doing
They're also doing the online, you can
Yes,
order
yes,
your,
yes, yes,
your
yes, yes.
takeaways and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But when it
So-
comes to groceries and stuff, it's not
For
very
now, at the
crowded.
moment, it's not really. I think I know only of Food World that's doing now, like,
I know another guy just outside of
Yeah.
Harare there.
Mhm.
What's his
Okay.
name? Food in a Box or something like that, who is also
Yeah.
doing a similar business to yours. I covered a program with him the other day also, who is also playing with that space. But here, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, you can hear for yourself. These are new type of businesses, new models, kind of ways of doing business. So if you are out there in the world and you have your parents in Zimbabwe, your relatives in Zimbabwe, your cousin is getting married, your aunt is getting married, your brother-in-law has lost his sister-in-law, cousin of his aunt. You know, when we are Africans, we are related to everybody. And you are where you are and you cannot attend a funeral. You cannot attend a wedding. Now, here is the best gift you can give to your family while you are in Johannesburg, while you are in London, and while you are in New York. You simply call those numbers that you see on the screen, get on the website of MyLordZW.com, and you get into their website there, shop for what you want, pack your hampers as much as you want. They will take up your order and deliver your parcel to the doorsteps of your relatives. They are still expanding, so don't make it too rural, but in the greater cities where we are, that's Bulawayo, that's Harare, that is Gweru, Kwekwe, and Chirezi. Chirezi, are we in Chirezi also? Okay, because that's where I come from. You always hear me talking about Chirezi. I cannot be promoting only for the capital city, and I cannot send stuff to my own mother also. But what I love about this kind of business is people are beginning to harness and take opportunities and having these cyber, internet, digital-based kind of businesses. And in your closing remarks, what are your 2 words of encouragement to other young people out there who are looking for employment? And here you are in a space where you've created your own employment and looking at your career, for example, your profession, where you are, earlier or not asking in between the margins inside in the creative art. So here you are looking at the next actress, maybe in the film Wakanda, but she's not in Wakanda right now. She put her career aside and she's actively involved. And I think maybe this is a very important point we need to raise. Many young people, they go into one training and then they lock themselves there, that they cannot move away from what they seemingly have trained to do. So they spend all their lives looking for their employment only in the space of their expertise. And meanwhile, there are many opportunities out there. You went to school to learn how to read and write. And if you can read and write, you should be able to function in many other places, except maybe in technical issues, of course. Don't try to be a doctor and you end up cutting other children. But give us in your own way what would be your encouraging words, your parting shots with the viewers out there, young people who are standing on the sides of the road with CVs looking for employment. What do you want to tell them?
Well, I would say wake up. No one is coming to help you. No one's coming for you, your own help. So yes, that's all I can say. No one is coming to help you. No one is coming to say, hey, wake up and let's do this. So and also if probably you're probably in an industry that maybe you didn't study for what you want, just continue to work hard in what you're doing, because sometimes opportunities actually present themselves in the things that you actually want to do when you're actually in that thing that you're saying maybe it's not. I think we're having a discussion with my friends today, and he said Chris Pratt actually got his big role when he was actually waiting tables. So it's not really about you just sulking about the place that you are now. You just have to keep working hard and just keep your head up and look where there's a need, and just make sure that you're also giving back to the community and not just trying to be the next big thing. What is it that you're doing also for the community? Yeah.
All right. Over to you, Rumbi.
Okay. I would say whatever opportunity that you get, make sure you grab it with both hands. Be it what you wanted to do in life or not. You just have to keep going and don't lose focus. You will get there.
Wow, there you have it. Next time, take off your shoes. If you are in Ghana, if you are in Brazzaville, if you are in Nairobi, you are in Kinshasa, you are in Benin, take off your shoes and walk the villages, walk the community, walk the slums, walk the backsides of town. Look at available opportunities that are there. What are opportunities? Are the problems and the challenges that the people are facing, be it water, be it sewage, be it transport, be it internet, be it medicine, be it too much of this, too little of that. All those are opportunities. And if you can sit around with your education that you have and begin to sit and think and say, how can I begin to solve this problem? How can I solve this problem? Immediately you begin to look for solutions and you can supply the solution. The community is willing to pay you at a premium. That's what business is all about. It is meeting the needs of the people. It's not you coming up with a business of what you want to do. It's the community that tells you what they want you to do for them. And if you can meet me at a point of my need, I'm willing to pay you for a premium. Thank you very much, ladies, for popping in and spending these few moments with us. We will be willing to work with you in any way possible. If you have new products that are on the line, the channels are always available to pop in here again and throw in a few adverts for you. And if you are doing any business in Africa and you believe that Before and After and Farmers of Thought can be your career and you partner with you in terms of advertising and sharing your product, sharing your company with the organization, please remember our numbers are going at the bottom there of the screen. You'll be able to get in touch with us and send us your WhatsApp, and it's also a Zimbabwean line. You can call us on that line. You can WhatsApp us up on that line, and we'll be able to bring up your programs and your company's adverts onto our platform. But in conclusion, for today, I want to advertise and remind everyone that is in Namibia, the land of the brave, the land of the brave. Right there in Namibia, we are coming to Namibia. The itinerary just arrived late this afternoon of my program in Namibia, which will be including meeting up with book buyers in Windhoek, where we are doing a book launch in Windhoek, followed up by a trip to the Great North. We are going to be meeting up with the kings there. And then from there, we're going to be moving over into Katima Mlilo for the men's conference. It's going to be fireworks, music galore, fashion and food, and just interacting and sharing spaces with other children. I will be able to do a much more organized program as the week is unfolding into next week. But for now, I think we just have a press release that has been given to us, that has popped up in our hands, which we were willing to share with you and say, well, here we are. Here we are from Namibia with love, and we will be very, very much willing to work with you in developing and growing that narrative as we are beginning to build the Africa that we want to see. We don't have to wait for the next person to come and make Africa a better place for us. And I've decided to take a tour around SADC region and sharing the great farmers of thought and the Africa Unity, United Kingdoms of Africa concept, and business consulting issues, and the list is endless, but basically sharing my life with the continent. And we have started, and Namibia will be the first place where we are stepping on, and we will start off with the book launch, and there'll be lots of fun there. Tickets are already rolling on your compute ticket platforms, but you can follow up the links. Some of them will be sharing with them after the show, just to let you know that we are getting in there. And those who will always argue, hey, but you said you're no longer a bishop, why are they still calling you a bishop? Hey man, the fact that you have gone through primary school and did your university doesn't mean that you lose your certificate for the primary school. You grow, and people call you what they want, and I've given up trying to fight. People will call me what they want, and I think I am everything to everybody. And as I'm growing, we are also growing, and we are changing. Yours truly, Mapombe J. Until we see you again right here on your platform, your favorite space, Before and After. And it's powered, of course, by Farmers of Thought. Here we are, transforming Africa and building it into a continent that we want to see it become. Until we see you again tomorrow, same time. I think we'll have to move our time very carefully and make it 4:15. 4:15, we will send you reminders for our program tomorrow as we are cleaning up our stuff here and getting ourselves ready. And for then, Till tomorrow, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. But for today, we're at Madyo, ZW.com. They were supplying food around the great cities. And if you're in Zambia, in Malawi, and you also want to duplicate the same business, I would suggest that maybe get in touch with them and see how you can partner and learn from each other as Africans. Or intellectual property. There's no use of intellectual property and people are in poverty. So I'll challenge you as Madyo to say, how can you begin to develop Madyo, Botswana, Madyo, Zambia, Madyo, Kenya, and etc., and identify other developers and suppliers in those places. That's how you begin to build multi-conglomerate companies. So don't just watch there and say, I have nothing to do with food. This could be a beautiful opportunity. If you're in Europe, you're in America, you're in Americas, and you want to invest in a young business, internet-based business where they're buying groceries and delivering them to their homes. Sustainable 2004. This is now 2022. I think the track record is getting better there. You can also call them and try and find partnerships and how you can begin to do business together. Beautiful investments, opportunities, startup business, entrepreneurial opportunities. There is no limit. Just look into the space of African problems. You are what we are waiting for. And I am what you have been waiting for. Until we see you again, don't do what I wouldn't do. If you decide to do it better.